Hello, my hosts, and welcome to another Kerbal Space Program stream. Today, we are going to be grabbing our ship that's returning from Duna and attempting to get it into orbit and perhaps to the surface. So, well, that's at least the plan I've got today. So let's see if we can do that. So, the day before Ning. Yep, Ning's an old word meaning night. So, this is the day before night, hence evening. Okay. And our next one is Capture. Let's just check if we've got any of these cheap. I'll grab that. There. Got some maneuvers coming up, but that's fine. Let's go into the tracking station and then we'll fast forward to that next mission. Warp next. Watch all these things spin around. We've got the suitable comets. That seems to be a really reliable source of progression, just setting up those probes to watch for comets. Contract complete. That one's complete too. There we go. And you're coming closer and closer. Right. Let's get ready to get into orbit. Jump to vessel. Delete and clear. Set you to retrograde. And everything's nicely set up now. We've drained all the fuel out of here. Good. And make sure that's the only engine active. Yep. Probably want to retract the solar panels as we go undergo acceleration. Retract. Oops. Almost missed the time for the burn. There we go. Let's have a look at our maneuver node. We want to see this go positive, basically. There we go. Hi. It's good to see everybody visiting. So, after... This has been a 7-year-long mission, and they are finally almost back to Kerbal. There we go. Oh, that doesn't sound like it was a good thing. There we go. We are... Let's have a look at our orbit now. We might have actually started burning too early, but... you should have enough fuel. That's coming in. Oh. Yeah. Learning to control your anger is a very key skill. Unfortunately, it makes the world better for yourself and others. There we go. That is getting closer and closer to establishing an orbit. There we go. Abscess affinity. Swear. Ah, it's doing that wiggly thing. Yep. I'm gonna draw in the power now. We're in an almost polar orbit, which is not that good for making a for actually rendezvousing. So let's also fix that. If we go about here, add a maneuver, we'll see if we can get it back on to the proper plane. No, we can't. We use up too much fuel to do that. There. Okay, we will slow ourselves down a bit more. So it'll make rendezvousing easier at least. And adjust it like that as well. Oh. That's probably the best we can do with the amount of fuel we've got. There we go. I just get cleaning my room there and they are calling me and I didn't listen. That's understandable, but probably not something that is good. Go. Let's get ourselves lined up with our maneuver node. Cool. Fast forward to the next maneuver. And then slow ourselves down again. Here we go. Are we coming back in? I hope you'll be able to regain your caring about things as soon as you can. There you go. Just check. Now we've got to maneuver in a couple of days as well. And this will be our final burn, and then we'll see if we can recover the Duna lander, which might take a couple of attempts because it's going to be a rendezvous with a vehicle in high orbit, and it's going to be a new design as well. But 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. There we go. This is our just adjusting our orbit to make rendezvousing a little bit easier. I'm sorry if that loud vehicle in the background is heard. There we go. Right. Yeah. It's curious. It's curious that the fuel estimates keep changing. There we go. Coming in. That's better. This is getting smaller and smaller, and we'll have a nice, well, nicer orbit for our rendezvous. There we go. We will have a little bit of a thing. Right. That is going fine. Getting ourselves all nicely lined up. Come on, come on, come on. A couple more minutes of burn time left. Actually 5 seconds thereof. We can see everything getting all nicely in line. We'll have about 40 meters a second left in the tanks after this, which will be helpful when we start to maneuver. Okay. There we go. We are. Almost there. Hi, Omega V7. Good to see you. Well, point this in line with the normal for the purposes of docking. Extend our solar panels. And these ones. Extending all of these ones out. Theoretically, if we could get an engineer up here, we might be able to have them repack the parachutes. But I don't think we've got an engineer skilled enough to do that yet. So your PC rickrolling you doesn't sound like it is a... Doesn't sound like a mechanical problem. It sounds like some sort of compromise, actually. I'll transfer some of the monopropellant over to there. And so transfer the oxidizer into here. Like that. Like that. That pinning like that. Because this doesn't need any oxidizer. So there's no point in having it in that tank. There we go. One smart boy. Hello, smart boy. Good to see you. So, one part of the mission is complete. The next thing we are doing, gonna have to do, is build a recovery vessel. So, let's go with the shuttle style cockpit. And well, you saw the Duna lander module there that's currently in orbit. I am going to... It can't actually return because it doesn't have any parachutes on it or heat shields. So I'm going to make a vessel that's going to fly up and put that vessel inside its cargo. That's the idea anyway. And now, what was the lander that we had on there? I think it's the Mark II lander can. So that's just for scale. Payload. Put the big payload things there. That's 3 segments. That should be enough. We'll put a docking port on the top of this. And yep. That thing. Center. I think it's Alt, isn't it? Yep. That's onto there. And we'll put in another fuel tank. That's rocket fuel. Fuselage. That's the wrong size. Sort by size. It's the main tank for that one. And we'll put big engines. Is there an engine for it? That's a turbo fan. Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I have been thinking about getting some mods, but I think I want to just as a first attempt get a landing on every planet using the classic things, and then we'll go and try out some mods. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, I'll go for an engine. That's not... That adapter isn't sort of like nicely symmetrical. I want something more symmetrical. So that one. And what's our biggest engine? Skiff. Thrust. That's going to be nowhere near enough. Close all of these. Oops. There we go. So, things that we'll need also is monopropellant. So we'll get a monopropellant tank on here as well. Fuel tanks. So the big ass monopropellant one. There we go. And a few of like locks. Ah, yeah, the slight the additional realism type things, where you have locks and methane and stuff like that. So stick that there. We'll also add batteries to the power there. And well, there we go. Add a ring of solar panels there. Command and control. Big ass reaction wheel. And definitely we'll also get these around here and around here for those are the small ones. I don't want the small ones, I want the big ones. That's better. Okay, we'll close these up. I might have overspec'd this, but it's better to overspec than underspec. And now we have our gonna have the side boosters, so go for 2. No balanced arrangement. Right. That, and I want to. Okay, thrust to rate ratio. We've got a massive thrust to rate ratio, but we don't have much delta V, so let's add more fuel tanks. And we'll go for the Rockamax. Can we get the big orange tanks variant? Oh, I was meaning to. That was the thing I've kept trying to remember that I missed something. I haven't watched it yet, sorry. There we go. So I'll bring this down. Oh. Like that. Okay, so what do we are? I want to get this over to about over 3. Okay. And stick a couple of smaller engines on these. Actually, I think would make sense. Mainsails on here. Oh. Add. Where is the coupling, payload, structural? And like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, if we add to this where are we? Another engine. So go for the Poodle. I think that will go. Study well and learn all the things you need to learn. Good luck. Okay, let's go for aerodynamics. We'll stick on something to make this a bit more aerodynamic so it's not so just plain pointy. Like that. Yeah. This is big and beefy and rather silly looking, and is missing a key thing. It is missing chutes. So go these ones here. It's a space shuttle plus Delta 5. Yeah. And then the larger ones. So like that. And one up here as well. I'll just separate these out. Let's get the drogue chutes deploying before we deploy the main ones. Huh? What's that there? Cut here for emergency rescue. Okay. I don't know how good this is for its planned purpose. So, Duna, curb, but we are going to find out. Let's add some supports as well. And we'll see if this works or explodes spectacularly on the... I think it's the fuel going in the right direction. Yep. Okay. Let's go for a launch. Lock there. So we've got a pilot, scientist. We probably don't want that. Let's revert flight, vehicle assembly. Crew. We don't have any engineers. Save that. Let's get hold of an engineer. Might be useful. enlist you. And we are at maximum curbs. Oh, oopsie daisy. There. Crew. So, stick an engineer on there. And save your game. Let's go for a launch. Here we there. Thrust to max. Well, that's a sign that we got, we had thrust to weight ratio almost perfect. There we go. Also should have stuck a chute at the top there. Here we go. It's a big one and it's slow, but it is going up. Cool. And this one is one of the modules that has the computer controls. That's also cool. There we go. Getting up to 5 kilometers above sea level. As we rise, so does our speed. As friction drops off and our mass drops off as well. See how we are stable. How stable we are when we try to do the gravity turn. There we go. What's concerning me is that we don't have much fuel left in this stage. Actually, let's kill the engines and we'll circularize shortly. Maneuver here. Out there. And we don't have enough delta V to circularize. Okay. So, revert flight, vehicle assembly. Let's add a new stage. I'm thinking we do something we go for a asparagus type thing, so along here that. Fuel tanks. Go for us. Go down to the Rockomax style. Hold on, is this the same size? The same diameter as these ones? It looks it. Okay. So attach there. And keep going down like that. So we've got additional fuel. We feed the fuel forward like that. We put ourselves a bit more aerodynamics. And now we are way below. Hold on. We are way below that. So we'll add an extra engine. Alt. That's not big enough. Right. It's 111. We hovered with the other one, so what I want to do after we've braced this up, we'll stick a couple of SRBs on it just to give it a bit of a kick so that it keeps going up. That's like that, like that, and we'll do the same thing up the top. So do the same thing down the bottom on the other side. It's probably better. Just to make sure we're stable. So that's telling us we've got about 385. That's probably good. So we'll add the solid rocket boosters and we'll see how that turns out. Jones. Oh, we wanted to put parachutes at the top, didn't we? You and you. Arrange that like that. Arrange that like that. Okay, so We'll have a thrust to rate ratio of 1.2 at launch. Okay, that looks good. Hello, Mutator. And we've got a decent amount of delta V. That should get us to orbit. The concern here is that these might burn out before these detach. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Oh! And these chutes are in the wrong spot. These chutes should be up there. Okay. Let's save this. Let's see how this goes. There we go. That to max. That to maximum. Oops. Vert to launch. Let's try that again. It didn't register my controls, I don't think. There we go. Okay, we're lifting off a little bit faster this time. There we go. Just keeping an eye on the solid fuel boosters. They look good. We pass that. Those go off. They've deployed their chutes. That's wonderful. And crashed into the ground rather than landing successfully. That's not so good. Okay. Those drop off. Coming up to 6 kilometers. At 7, we'll give it a slight nudge and then think about a gravity turn. Right. Ching ourselves over. Okay. There we go. And more explosions in the background. That is fine. There we go. And we'll just keep sort of like easing ourselves over. Actually, this is a really nice gravity turn. There we go. We're getting our periapsis up nice and high. There. Up to about 50. 60 there. I'm really liking this craft. It will depend on how well it does its main role, but at the moment it is behaving really nice. Okay. When we see... Alright. There we go. Add a maneuver node here. Do a slight adjustment. And we'll ease that one into there. Yeah. And as Omega says, it's like a space shuttle, but with a bit of a Delta V twist. Right. Okay. So we'll get ourselves spot on to our maneuver node. Space station, but yoinking your craft, making it faster and adding 2 docking points. Ah, awesome. Yeah. That's going well. So we'll get this into a circular orbit. My real concern is after we've up 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Okay. Here. We get rid of that. We now have a circular orbit and 600 odd meters a second of delta V, and you are targeting that, which I think is a good accomplishment for this stream. Let's get back to my main room. So, today we got the Duna lander into orbit of Kerbal. We designed and launched a new recovery ship to recover it out of Kerbal orbit. And so tomorrow we're going to be playing some Minecraft. And the day after that will be Factorio. Thank you everybody for keeping me company as I played. If this is your first time watching, either live or in the VODs, and you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. And thank you very much. See you later.